I live to be inspired, whether it's the architecture and colors of a Ferris wheel, taking the fun, eclectic into our homes, livening up the space, getting inspired by that antique advertising, stunning colors only found in nature that move us into the future. It's the little things I find matter most in life. It's the accents and time we have. This is Antiques and Accents, baby. Welcome to the show.
Hey fans, this is Desiree, your host of Antiques and Accents. So we're going to have a fabulous show today, lots of fun. We're going to start off today with something interesting that I had to cut out for you guys. And it's the history and some faux pas, and definitely we won't do that again, things of the past. And I found it in, I just happened to have the Moon Landing Life magazine lying around my home. Years of running an antique business. And I came across the Watergate advertisement in here, and the hotels were so plush, so lush. Hundreds and hundreds of thousands. Everyone back in the 60s were spending a ridiculous amount of money just to live at this hotel. And I came across this couple, I think I'm going to leave their names out, Mary Brooks, just all these political figures. And it was kind of an accident waiting to happen, but really something I hope we never see again in this country was this. Acquirements from 9 African safaris to decorate these political figures' homes.
So my fabulous viewers of Antiques and Accents, this article came out in 1969, shortly after the 1973 Endangered Species Act was passed, making it illegal to kill tigers along with other endangered species, punishable with up to a year in prison and $50,000 in fine.
Tiger carpets we can never forgive. Never. And never elephant tusk. Never, ever again will we see that in decor. So thankfully today, we don't have these privileged, and it's against the law to kill these wonderful animals. And they're safe in a zoo now, and some are running free. So I'm glad we've progressed. That's it for now. We're going to go out in the wild. So in the wild is we're going out and sourcing for antiques and accents. Accents are those little things that make all the difference. And that's really what life's about. It's about making a little difference. The littlest things can make a huge difference. So I'm super excited for the show. Super glad you guys are tuning in to Antique and Accents. Let's go ahead and have some fun.
In today's Antique and Accent mission, we get inspiration from a Mexican banderia and that horrible tiger rug.
Hola. We're looking for accents today, not furniture.
Sourcing in a thrift store, I'm very focused. I like to stroll. Pops of color catch my eye first. I love how this location has their things very organized, very sorted, and they have sections, and they're constantly changing their inventory. So let's see what we're gonna find. You never know what you're gonna find. I love glassware, and I have a small tip later on, and you'll catch about glassware, a little hint. So excited to see what we find. Looking for lighter colors. So yes, we're gonna go ahead and put this back, $1.75. I love stuff from the 80s. Let's see what else we find. To have good manners in these places because everything is recorded and it's the right thing to do, right? Let's see what else is here. Some Valentine's tchotchkes. I really try to avoid tchotchkes. Unless they're super cute decor, then I store them. So we're by drinkware here. I also love mugs. Like I said, I love glassware mugs. Oh, I love doing this a lot more. This looks like it was a 1970s ceramic there. Oh, here's some amber glass. These are they're not blown, but they're still from the 70s. Some of these were given away as gifts for shopping at grocery stores. People would collect green stamps, and then they would get these cute little vases. So they didn't really cost much, and still they're pretty affordable today, just to add a little bit of pop of color and to bring a unique item into your decor, so it's not everything where people know where you bought from. These I saw were super adorable. I could not help myself. I had to put them in sets of 4 because they just had them there, and I would hate if someone just bought one.
But you know what a decorator explained to me? She explained to me, shopping at a thrift store, honey, is like going to a church potluck, okay? You're gonna have the dishes you love and you're gonna have the dishes you pass on. But you're gonna smile and not complain.
Every now and then I'll find something really cool, like a vintage tray I love to look, sometimes hang on the wall. I thought this one stood out to me, just the texture, and then once I pulled it out, it looked amazing. Love the graphic, super 1960s. I would feminize like a little, hang this in a nursery, perhaps a kitchen. Just think outside the box, and I love that it's from the past and bring it into the future. It's missing the spoon, I can see. Looks like some sort of server. Most likely from the 80s or early 90s. These vintage ties were so fun to look at. I spent minutes just staring at all the different patterns, imagining what the complete outfit looked like. Now look at this. I love how it's encapsulated. It looks like these baby breath floral encapsulated in wood. Very cute. I don't know if someone gifted this to their mom, perhaps. Love it that its beauty is forever encapsulated. Here's a cutesy 1920s inspired pink depression glass. Adorable, usually used for butter. So far I've seen some adorable things. I just don't really see anything to go with the mission. Nothing sweetbread inspired, no African safari. I'm gonna keep looking, but we're approaching the main part of the store. Hopefully we'll get lucky here. Are you serious? I can't believe my eyes. Looky what I found here. This might just work. So I found the matching pair, the twin. I'm going to move it back here because these guys need to stay together. They cannot be separated. And here we go. Much better, happier life here. Not really my style at all. As a matter of fact, this is giving me a flashback. My sister stood on one of these tables when she was about 7 years old, and she stood on one of these and bam, went through, cut the hell out of her foot. Thankfully, she lived through it, but if you have kids, pass on those. Please do. This is doing the most right now. This is hot right now. This is super 70s, definitely Watergate vibes for the bargain price of $40. Look at the legs on the bottom. You're not going to come across brass legs like these days. This is not reproduction. Look on the bottom for barcodes. There's no barcodes. Okay, there is glue, so it's 70s probably. We make no guarantees, but these are just by assessing the piece. It looks like it's doing the most right here. Very fabulous here. Styling. It could use a little plant, but much better than the tiger carpet. And we forgive you because you know not what you do, but please, it's against the law to do that now. So refrain from killing tigers on your African safaris to decorate your home or a fancy hotel. So this definitely reminds me of sweetbread vibes. It is something for an aquarium, okay? But hear me out now. You can turn this into a fabulous planter. No one would know. Put it up against the wall. Let's say this is a wall. It's definitely not. It's a TV. And then put floral things in here. Stunning, one-of-a-kind piece for the bargain price of
$8.99. Not so cheap. Aquarium stuff is kind of pricey, but I'm sure that's a good deal for them.
So I had to stop by at these amazing vintage chairs and just confirm they were vintage, and did notice they were missing some of the tops, and that definitely stood out to me, and that is something that definitely needs to be fixed. They're very sturdy. You don't see chairs that are built like this anymore. They did need a cleaning, and I was very happy to examine them and hope someone picked them up to fix these top parts.
They're very sturdy chairs, no wobbles, built to last. But as decorators, we would go literally out of our minds with these things being missed. So that's probably why they were donated. So if you are a carpenter, this is a challenge for you. Please fix these and save them. Give them a new life. There's no stains that I see on these. Tiny bit of stains, no tears. Definitely can use a professional cleaning. If you're going for that 70s goth vibe, one of a kind look, 70s are back, I would definitely invest in these. And $50 for 1, 2, 3, 4. You want at least 4 chairs. 5 is a complete for a
Snap
table.
these chairs up. They were sturdy, and someone I believe is going to fix them. And I do have to do the tag check to make sure they are vintage. That's what we're doing. And you gotta look under it and see if it's made in the United States. It's most likely gonna be original and not a reproduction from overseas. Higher quality, one-of-a-kind items if they're made in the United States. They're made by craftsmen and in factories individually. So here's another one to check. It's just a single chair. It's made to look like it's the 80s. It really looks like the 80s. It has the upper area, which we call caning. It's that translucent. The fabric is in excellent condition, feels very thin. The chrome is kind of throwing me off a little bit, so the only way to confirm if this is from the 1980s is to actually flip it over and hope there's a manufacturing tag on there. But yeah, the fabric also is another way to tell. The vintage and older original fabrics are usually thicker and higher quality. And let's see what it is. Looky what's underneath, a stick-on tag. So this is definitely a reproduction, also repop, not from the 80s. Also 80s was mostly brown colors and burgundy. And these were my amazing in the wild finds for our African theme, alternative to and healthier to the environment decor. This wonderful elephant motif vase. I did style a table in the thrift store, had some raised eyebrows and a little smirks. It was a lot of fun and entertaining.
In my living room, and I'm going to go over styling a sofa, and it'll work with any style or even a bench. I currently have a bench. Just a little tip with children: if you're a new parent, things will get destroyed, and you guys will see the condition of my bench. It's a 1950s colonial bench, and I didn't need it as living room furniture, but I'm going to show you how to style it. And black and dark colors are very forgiving if you have children or pets. Just a little hint.
Of a pillow hussy. I love pillows. They're kind of like, they add pop to your furniture. You can switch them out. There's not a big commitment with them. I love to say change them out with the seasons. Now for styling with accents, darling. Styling with accents. 1. Start with a minimum of 3 pillows. Pick a base color that is the same of 2 of the pillows, such as these 2 black ones here. And have fun, darling. YOLO. You'll only live once.
With this 1980s, early 90s, I believe. Early 90s, it's actually early 90s because of the color scheme. The browns and the blacks, and you can see that funky pattern there. It just reminds me of Chandler from Friends. His sweaters he would wear. So super 90s, pop it in with the 1950s colonial. I just love how unique it is. Scooch it down a little bit if you don't have time to touch up that furniture. And just look how cute it looks. Look adorable. So I would say this is like a fall or winter look. For spring, all I would do, take out the big boy, pop in the little miss, and voila. Gorgeous, right? Definitely gonna paint that. The good thing is if you go with vintage and antique furniture accent pieces, some of them are rare and sought after. If you don't spend a ton, that's fine. If you want to be a snob and not let people sit on your furniture and things like that, that's good too. You can still have fun decorating with pillows.
And now it's time for styling with a throw. And I don't mean throw as in a ball. Let's talk about throws over your sofa.
about some throws. I brought some vintage one. Amazing tip is most throws will actually fit a twin size bed. I like to put them on the end of a bed if I'm not using them on a sofa. This gorgeous wool blanket, or excuse me, it's actually a blanket slash, you can use it as a throw. Wool, got this at an estate sale in the mountains, a rural mountain area. It was a huge house. You can tell they didn't have any stores around and they just collected amazing things. And I came across this gorgeous wool blanket a few years back and kept it. And this is probably from the 50s. It's from Brigham, Utah. So it was made in the United States. That's a key factor in when you're looking at vintage and antiques. If it was made in the USA, it's like almost 100%. If you found it at an antique store, it's almost 100% authentic and not reproduction. Look at the stitching. I love vintage things because you're not going to find one of a kind. You're going to have a one of a kind item. Not to say these aren't cute. I love the patterns and the trendy things you can find in box stores, popular everyday retail stores. Can still find some gems there. So in essence, they're small blankets and they're throws because you throw them on the top of a couch. You fold them nice and neatly. There's a lot you can do with a throw. Cover a stain, have it there if it's cold to cozy up. And I love the multiple functions. I'm going to demonstrate 3 ways you can display your throw. So with the throw, as you guys can see here, there's no room. If I just grab this throw and I throw it on there, the whole point of it is if you get chilly in the living room, you have something to cover yourself. But we all know as decorators, it's just making your sofa look cuter too, or covering some flaws. So let's get back into this. See how pulled together it looks. It's hiding a flaw. The overhang, it needs to be refolded. This overhang would just throw the whole look off. Here is just moving things around. I have my throw on the left, incorporated new accent pillows on either side for my base, and then I have the center vintage 90s pillow. I got that at a thrift store. The great thing is it unzips and you wash it in the washer dryer at home. I would highly recommend washing anything you buy from a thrift store, and base colors always do great with darker colors. They're more forgiving. So there is no real way to really mess up a throw, but there is a least flattering way to display a throw, and this would have to be the least flattering way, would be directly in the middle of a sofa. It just breaks up the whole flow of the eye. So I would say if there was a wrong way or a frowned upon way, is to have a throw in the direct middle of your sofa or your bench. Not a wrong way, just the least flattering way. Here I have this folded nice and neatly. Look at the gorgeous, gorgeous woven horizontal stripes or vertical, depending how you display it. It's much better, much cleaner, nothing hanging off the edge. Then we're going to throw in our pillows to cover a multitude of sins here. And wool is definitely itchy. I always tell my children they have this at the foot of their bed, which is the 3rd way to display a throw, is at the edge of a bed. I'm going to show you guys that as well. But for the throws here, the wool ones are used to kind of trap in the heat to keep you warm. They're itchy, so if you have a long sleeve sweater or jeans on, it'd be fun to use. If not, you're going to get itchy. And this is a way to display it. You're going to fold it vertically if you display it across a queen size bed. I'm not sure if it's going to fit on the king. You can always put it on there, but you're going to have to, it's going to be a whole other ball game. You can put this on twins and queen sizes if you fold it vertically. So this is the way I like to do it. No, nothing hanging. It's flush here. So that way when you lay down, you pull this up for that extra warmth. Voila. And now it's time for the most expensive pillows from Auction Wins. This was the new with tax. That's what NWT stands for if you're new to online auctions. Alexander Gerard, a vintage designer, very famous, mother and child needlepoint rare pillow. Congratulations for who won this. Sold for the bargain price of $525 for one pillow, with an additional $25.50 for shipping. Next, we have the one and only Jonathan Adler, a rare vintage needlepoint with the pop graphic design of pill, and it's shaped like a pill. Very interesting appeal, pun intended. for the bargain price of $700 for one gorgeous pillow with an additional $20. Congratulations on who won this one-of-a-kind gorgeous accent pillow. Last is this amazing one-of-a-kind 16th, 17th century tufted with great detailing pillow, gorgeous and stunning, and the offer was accepted at $4,800 for this one-of-a-kind amazing item. Congratulations to whoever won this item, and looks like you got free shipping, even better.
This is Desiree calling to all the antique and accent fans out there. We thank you for tuning in.
It's the little things, the accents that matter most in decorating and in life. This is Antiques and Accents. The show was made possible by CMAP, Community Media Access Collaborative, a United Heart film production, and the following sponsors. Interested in real estate investing? We'll get you on a free Zoom call with like-minded seasoned investors who can help you learn all things real estate investing. Email vermillionproinvesting@gmail.com. Vermilion Entertainment, the Central Valley's #1 karaoke show and provider. Book now and become legendary. And thank you to Neighborhood Thrift, located at 353 Olive Avenue. Thank you so much for being a sponsor of the show. If you're interested in being a sponsor of the show, Antiques and Accents, connect with us on Instagram at United Heart Film Co. or email us at unitedheartfilmco@yahoo.com. Thanks for watching. Tune into the next episode.